Welcome to this episode of the FANMEN Podcast. I'm DJ Gove.
Chris Davis.
Sean Hogarty. How you guys doing?
Greetings and salutations, gentlemen.
Morning, gentlemen.
I
Looks like you're all fully dressed.
Yeah, clothes.
Hey, we adulted today.
I have a jersey on.
I just cut a quarter zip into like a dickie. It's just basically this dickie of shirt and then nothing else.
And then you're just
Naked,
free-balling below, right? It's just swaying in the...
But bunny slippers, though.
And Pampers.
This dickie
But
and
you
bunny
have
slippers.
vampire bunny slippers.
No. They're but it does have sharp, pointy teeth. They're Monty Python ones.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah, the deadly bunny.
Those are
slippers.
mine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we're kind of running out of news items here. It's been kind of slow. There's no movies coming
We've run
out.
out of entertainment and pop culture news.
Well, yes. We
And
don't like.
Sean won't let me talk politics, so...
No.
No, we don't want to talk about the sad shit.
So
So,
it's been a
however,
great episode, guys. We'll see you later.
Have a good one.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
So we only got like two things to kind of hit on, but they're two kind of cool things. They're decent items. Number one is we have the official launch date for the new HBO Max streaming service.
Okay.
Because we need more of those, obviously, right?
Yo, definitely.
There's a void in my credit card statement as to where I need to pay another $10 to somebody.
Yeah.
$15.
Oh, fuck them. I'm out.
Now,
Not until
But-
Justice League Dark.
so
Yes.
so I paid for a year of 15 months of DC whatever. Is this
Yep.
totally new?
Totally new.
Yeah.
This is replacing HBO Go and Now, I believe.
So it's not pulling in Warner or DC content. It's totally separate.
Yes. Not yet. A lot of people think that's going to end up coming. They do have. So the biggest
Completely
thing.
independent right now.
Okay.
It is right now, but they have access to the entire Warner catalog on this new HBO service. So it's quite possible, you have like your Michael Keaton Batmans and all that stuff over on the DC universe. You're going to have them on this too, I believe, eventually, because the whole Warner is part of that family now. It's like HBO, Warner, AT&T, TNT, TBS. all these channels.
MOUSE. Oh no, that's not them. Yeah.
So if you like to watch, if you want to watch every Law and Order, get yourself some HBO Max because it's going to be on.
I may have a lot of free time this summer, so maybe.
There you go. You get your Jerry Orbach fix.
There you go.
Aw, I miss Jerry Orbach.
I know, me too. I love him. So, as Chris blew it up, a couple of the big highlights from this thing are. Well, the biggest one for me is they're giving J.J. Abrams carte blanche basically to do a Justice League Dark and a Green Lantern TV series.
Yeah, that's. I mean, how can that be not something to be excited about?
Oh, it's massive.
That's number 2 and 3 out of the J.J. Abrams stuff that I'm excited about.
What's number 1?
The Overlook.
Oh, yes,
What?
that too.
They gave him the show. Yeah. They are doing the Overlook show. Stories in the Overlook.
I did not know this.
I'm praying it's your anthology. And I think Kemp might have touched upon this on one of the podcasts. Just give me a fucked up story that happened in the hotel every week.
That's
Oh
It's
my God,
Twilight
I
Zone
love that.
kind of, right? But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
overall Twilight Zone kind of.
Give me an episode around the bartender. Show me the 2 girls. The woman in the bed. I mean, there's so much you can do with that.
Yeah, give me the lady in the bathtub.
So much.
Which one?
So
Oh, the bathtub.
he wants her just as they found her in the bathtub.
Whoa.
Imposing, sliding towards the door.
I like a moldy. No. So,
Any port in a
so, yeah,
storm,
so-
kid. I mean, we're in a pandemic here.
There you go.
You can't
you
be
go.
choosy.
The place is haunted. Take what you can get, right? No.
Exactly.
So I forgot about that. So so you got that, and you got the two DC shows. So Justice League Dark. For anyone that's doesn't know, they're like, oh, what's Justice League Dark? Is that just Batman? No.
Nope.
Justice League Dark is basically all your magic users, for the most, all your supernatural kind of stuff.
Yep.
So the most common team up is Constantine, which they already had a TV show for. He's on Legends of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot swirling out there that you're getting Matt Smith or whatever his name is.
Matt Ryan. I
Matt
think.
Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ryan.
Is that his? Yeah.
Matthews
Yeah,
was Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. My brain shot.
No,
So
it's a Matt.
It looks like there's a high possibility you're gonna get him as Constantine. One has a magic screwdriver. One has a magic lighter. No.
Pack of cigarettes, gum, whatever he happens to have. Yeah.
One has a sonic screwdriver. One has cancer. No. So you got Constantine. Swamp Thing is a big part of Justice League Dark. So I mean, you already have a costume already fitted. You got a guy you can pop in the costume. You might as well just do that.
Same thing with Constantine. Right?
Yep, exactly. Then it gets interesting because you have Zatanna, who's a magician. Please, God, give me a good Zatanna.
I got a Zatanna story for you after this.
Excellent. And then you have a character called Deadman.
Yep.
Who's exactly what he sounds like. He's an undead character. Who I said on Twitter, like, you could just call Doug Jones and throw him in a mocap him, and you're good. And then you have some other weird characters, like you could do Etrigan the Demon, which I've talked about a bunch. I'm a big Etrigan guy. Oh God, I love Etrigan the Demon. You could do Gentleman Ghost. I mean, you can get nutty. Dr. Fate.
Yeah,
Dr. Fate.
Yeah, Fate.
You could go nuts. Yeah, so that could be a really good show. I mean, that has the potential of being the best TV thing for any of this stuff. So
yeah, you hope that that's one of those they're signing for a couple seasons because that's going to take a little time to find its audience. But it could be excellent.
And then give it some budget. Don't use it all on Green Lantern. Like for Green Lantern, don't do CGI suits. Actually, make them suits. You'll save some money. But
or they just use the CGI you already have.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah,
you already got the rental suit. You're fine. What could go wrong?
Fine. Can be green and animated. And then you got Green Lantern. So 2 massive comic properties coming to the service, and that's not even their biggest. That's not even their biggest bullet.
What is it?
They're bringing the Friends guys back for a Friends reunion.
On HBO MAX.
Like a Friends reunion money. I think they're getting like 2.5 a piece or something like that for it. Some crazy number.
It's going to be some big dollars.
That's a win-win. I'll be interested to see. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Friends. My
wife loves Friends, and her niece and my sister, they all love that shit. So
I mean, I'd like to see, Friends, Cheers, Frasier.
Oh, give me all the Cheers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know who owns the rights to that though.
Don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that's Warner, but I'm not positive.
Was that an NBC show? It was an NBC show, wasn't it?
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, it was. It was James Burrows. I don't know who has that production company now, though.
Don't know.
You could just do the bar closes and Woody turns it into a pot store.
That's actually not a bad pitch, DJ.
There you go. He's a bud tender now instead of a bartender.
A bud tender.
That's what they call him. It's like a sommelier for friggin' weed. It's crazy.
And Norm's on medicinal weed.
Norm's still sitting. Norm's just still sitting at the counter. He's drinking still for no reason. He's just.
It's Cliff now with UPS.
No, that was Cliff.
I said it's Cliff now with UPS.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it. I'm sorry.
He's driving an Amazon truck. Who the hell are you kidding?
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Nah, he'd be retired.
I mean, they should all be retired. Still, there's good things to be had there.
Yeah. So I mean, but
doesn't Frasier have to be like a Dr. Phil type?
Yeah.
Going on Oprah and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should be an Oprah type, actually. More pop than pop psychology.
Yeah.
You bring back Shelley Long or Kirstie Alley for that?
Neither. Kirstie Alley's batshit crazy and Shelley Long.
Yeah.
Can we go to a younger generation? You got to bring back Carla, but yeah. Kirstie Alley went a little cuckoo.
Yeah, a little nuts.
Yeah.
I think they caught a picture of her out in front of a Baskin Robbins the other day.
Oh.
Holding a sign, Give me Rocky Road or give me death. Something
makes me hungry for ice cream.
You can DoorDash that.
Yeah, I know.
Not saying I have, but maybe.
But
it's one thing I couldn't get. None of the stores had my ice cream in stock. I can't find Cherry Garcia anywhere. Sucks.
The Micro Creamery delivered the other night.
I haven't had any ice cream in so long. Last week's special episode, hearing Dave Schiffler talk about cheesesteaks. I know, Chris, you just got a delivery from Jim's South Street, which is just ridiculous. Have you had any yet?
We did. We had them for dinner last night.
So
they hold up amazingly well.
So what do you get when you pull a cheese steak? It's from Goldbelly's the delivery?
Goldbelly's the delivery service, yes.
All right, so talk me through in drooling detail. What do you get?
So Dave was talking to us a little bit about Pat's, and Pat's, it's almost a build your own. They're giving you the roll, the meat, the whiz is coming separate.
Okay.
Jim's was different. They're actually putting together a fully formed cheesesteak, wrapping it, and then freezing that thing.
Okay.
So it came like a rock. Comes in a packaged cooler, dry ice, the whole thing. And you're warming them up in the foil wrapping that they're coming.
Right. And so you're thawing it back up to the state it was in before it was preserved and sent to you. Right?
Essentially, yes.
So how long? Like what temperature and how long? And just in foil on a rack or
275. We put them on a cookie sheet for 25 minutes.
Right. So just a nice, non-ridiculous rate of heating. And
we have more in the freezer. Gonna go a little long the next time.
Yeah.
Because we took them out of the oven, nice, warm, soft roll.
Yeah.
But the center was still frozen. It was still cold. Yeah. Not frozen, but it was still cold.
Yeah.
So
not what you want. But that being said, how did it compare to actually, when you get a hot cheese steak, you got the bread soft, the meat's, hot.
That's the one thing. So now you get a little crisp on the bread.
Yeah.
You get a little toasted roll coming out of the oven like that. But I got to tell you, it was pretty damn good. All things considered. It traveled amazingly well. It really did. So I'm dying now. So we got a few more of those in the freezer, and then there will be some Pats being delivered next month. So we'll give you another review then.
All right. I'm tempted.
Dying for a cheesesteak now.
So
dying.
So good. We'll save those and go to the deep dish tonight.
Deep
dish.
We'll
come back to that.
Okay, we'll get there. Big box.
So,
big box.
Yeah, big box. So HBO Max is coming. You're gonna get the. It looks like everything that was on HBO Go and now you're gonna get with it. So you're gonna get all your Game of Thrones and your Ballers and Oz and Sopranos and all that crap. A bunch of movies. Oz, good show. Wire, all that good stuff. So it's basically, and it's the same price as HBO now. So it's like if you already have now, it's just a migrate over to a new app basically.
Okay.
And you're gonna get a shit ton more content because you're gonna get everything Warner Brothers has. So
you got nothing but time. So
yeah, seriously, too much time. I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm getting the shakes, but
finding myself that I'm much less productive with more time.
Me too.
It's a
Me too.
weird twist.
Well, it's one of those things where I have a shit ton of stuff to do, but I need to get this, and this done. But I need this one little thing to start the process, and I can't get at it. So it's everything gets pushed.
See, I'm not even there. With me, it's more, I know there's things I should be doing around here, but you know what? Tomorrow's going to look just like today, and there's going to be blocks of free time tomorrow too, so...
Groundhog Day, basically.
Finding it too easy to push off, yeah. Honestly.
I'm not going to clean this. I'm just going to drop the toaster in the tub. Fuck it.
Yeah. I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Where was I?
I've been working...
HBO. HBO.
Yeah. So, any chance... So when does it go live?
Looks like May 15th. Is the date?
Yeah, it's
any, are they going to drop any, give us money for a year, discounts or anything?
Nah, nothing like that, it looks like. But you're going to have, I'm just looking at one of the screens here.
Yep.
So you're getting all the Sesame Street, if you got kids, all the Sesame Street that was on there is going to be on there. You're going to get
Can I put the app in a mode where they only get that?
They own the Fraggles, right? Fraggle Rock was an HBO show.
Fraggles.
They do, but the Fraggle's actually on Apple TV right now, because the Jim Henson Corporation is a separate entity, and they still have the Fraggles. The Muppets are contracted to Disney. Yeah, they're leased to Disney though. They're not owned by Disney.
They've actually moved the characters over to Disney proper.
Oh,
For the
so it was
people
like,
at Henson Studios, yeah.
It was like a
So-
rent. Oh, that's right. You just did the tour. It was like a rent to own then, probably.
They're gone,
Rent
yeah.
to
So,
own.
yeah, they are, the Muppets are actually Disney property now. And they
Well, you know
own
what?
the studios.
That makes sense because Apple and Disney are basically like corporate cousins. So that's
Pretty
really not
much.
too far of a reach then, right?
It's not going to be too far of a reach once one of them buys the other.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at the screen. What else? Like the new Gossip Girl reboot that's coming out that my kid's excited for.
Gosh.
That cartoon, The Boondocks, that was amazing.
I
There's
love
original
the Boondocks.
movies. Oh, the show was great.
I go back to the original strip. It was one of the best written comic strips I'd seen.
Yeah.
It was a little too highbrow for some people. These are all the things that Sean wouldn't talk about. We got
Yeah.
race, we got politics, we got current events, like all the shit that has no place on this podcast.
Yeah.
But
Uncle
it
Ruckus,
was
man,
amazing.
where it's at.
I'll let you borrow the book, Sean. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
I know
it's
I know
smart.
I've read some of it.
Yeah, it's not like overly
In
racial or
strips.
political just to do it. It's all very smart. There's a purpose behind it all.
I
He's
You're gonna get-
essentially a little Spike Lee, fight the power.
Yeah, kind of.
He's got a little of that to him.
I think
He does.
I think I read it when it first started. Was it a web strip or
They
Was-
did have a website, but it was a newspaper strip.
yeah?
I mean, it was a
I-
daily strip.
like I remember seeing it. The days of newspapers are so
This kind of fell in
Distant.
right after, in that void after Bloom County went away
yeah.
first time, before he brought all of that.
Bloom County was such a weird thing for me because I mean it was strong and starting in was it the late 60s or 70s? When did it start?
70s? I mean, I only
But
remember
started
reading it in
when
the
I was
80s.
a kid.
Yeah,
but-
it was certainly when we were
The
kids.
way I got to read it was the thin paperback books, compendiums of just all the strips. Like I forget, I don't know if my stepdad had it or whatever,
See-
but I found, like 3 or 4 of these paperbacks just full of it. And it all felt like so adult. Like it was beyond me. It was, it was politics, the White House,
Yeah.
all these different things that I really didn't have much exposure to. And so getting exposed through that lens was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was that.
And to Vietnam stuff and everything. It was cool.
Oh, sure. That was a Sunday Globe thing for me.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I was a child of the Sunday Globe, and that was above the fold, top of the funny page. You had that in Doonesbury.
So weird to
that
remember
kind of
Sunday morning, Sunday newspaper
Oh.
comics.
children, in the days before the internet, you had to wait until Sunday to get like your notes columns on.
Yep.
I mean, the Globe was the Bible around here.
Yeah.
DuPont and Peter Gammons and Will McDonough back in the day for football. I mean, these were guys, all these people that showed up on TV after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
We had them here. So
Total-
fuck you, they're ours.
total random association, but I've really been missing my 2 to 3 hours a day of podcast listening and audiobook listening. But I have been listening little bit by little bit to a new audiobook from Stephen King, If It Bleeds, which is another
Just came out.
short,
I haven't ordered it.
some short stories. And one of the
Excellent, I heard.
one of the first stories in there. Yeah, it's just I love his stuff so much. It was read by
Is it
Will
worth-
Patton, who is
Ooh.
one of my favorite. I love him as a character actor, but his reading of King's writing. He's the one who did Dr. Sleep and I think all the Outsider, Mercedes stuff. Yeah, he definitely read
Mr.
Mr. Mercedes.
and-
Yeah. So
Maybe I'll have to try the
recommend it.
audiobook on this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So last little tidbit on HBO Go or HBO Max. It looks like there's a whole bunch of scenarios where you can get trials if you have AT&T cell service or unlimited data. Or there's all kinds of. It's a crazy spreadsheet of maybe this, and this.
Yeah.
But they're talk that there will possibly be a less expensive tier with ads.
No. I don't want ads.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go from say $15 and you're going to take it down to $10, but I got to watch 4 ads for every show that I'm in.
Well, you to talk about streaming services, Kevin released the paid Smodco archive thing this week.
That
Yeah.
Kevin
In
Smith
their fucking
club.
mind because they got to. because they got to kick them $5 and they can't watch the whole thing for free on YouTube. So to some people, $5 is like, you might as well cut their fucking head off. So you never know.
I think I'm on all sides of those things. The transition, like we've always wanted micropayments, right? As a society. Oh, I'd rather, the whole piracy thing, all that stuff. But
I want to pay for only what I want to watch.
Right. But I don't want to have to go through these pay gates to get into these separate, and we've talked about it before, but at some point, our cable bills plus all our streaming stuff is, it's going to be hard to keep up.
Well, you know what it is people for so long wanted the cable channels divvied up. It's like, I don't want to pay for 250 channels. I don't watch half of them.
Yeah.
Well, now everything is divvied up, and now you don't want to pay for any of it. So.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's what it is. It's like, I'm still waiting for the day when the internet companies catch on back. You know what? Internet's $300 a month now. And then you're screwed,
I mean, that's, you're screwed no matter what.
They could try, but anybody in the know knows exactly how cheap bandwidth is.
Yeah.
The shit's essentially free now that the network's built.
Well, as soon as there's some kind of what may bust it loose is the point where most people can get by with a 5G, wireless thing, and there's actually some nested, I could buy from this one, and that those cost benefits and the true costs that you're talking about, Chris, actually have a chance to flow through to the consumer. Give me a chance to buy it, and it'll plummet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because I think now, you got a new HBO coming out, which I'm still confused whether or not it stacks on the old HBO or if it's a migration. It's a weird read. I'm trying to figure it out, but you got that. NBC's got Peacock coming out now with like the new Punky Brewster and the new Saved by the Bell. CBS has their thing. I think at the point now where enough's enough. Like there's no more room for anyone else to start up now. Apple's got theirs. It's this is it. Like it's
so
Disney's
we're good now. We've confirmed the fact that there are 0 original ideas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're just going to bring back everything you watched as a kid.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool.
That's good. There's a lot of people in Hollywood that don't have to pump gas anymore, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
For at least a few weeks.
Cosby show? Oh no, we can't get a new Cosby.
Yeah.
You have a built-in plot line. You're going to visit him, and oh my god, you could have high kicks in jail.
That would be awesome.
See,
except nobody would want him to actually get paid.
There's got to be a civil judgment out against him somewhere, no?
I know.
Hey, you could start the whole series with
the file in it.
Yeah.
You have Roseanne, and you just took care of her, so you could kill him off in the first episode.
That's true.
Just
you're coming back from Dr. Huxtable's.
Retire his sweaters in the rafters.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's Theo's kids. Nah, it's coming.
Sweaters in the rafters.
It's all like a Joe Puddin' Pops back with it. If the show comes back, so do Puddin' Pops. That's the deal.
Oh,
oh man, there's nothing wrong with a pudding pop.
Those things were the vanilla chocolate swirl pudding pops were like my go-to. Oh, those things were the jam. Okay, so now I know pudding and cheesesteaks. I'm fucking starving. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do.
Should we talk about deep dish now? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. So the other big thing that happened, as far as like the stuff that we like to talk about, is that we had the guys from the Hall on 2 episodes ago, and we talked about some of their difficulties. So it's not gonna save the day, but DC Comics finally said, you know what? Fuck this. Enough's enough. We're sending books out.
Yeah.
So
Around
DC
Diamond.
is. Yep. Yeah. DC is circumventing the monopoly that is Diamond Distributions, and they're getting comics into the hands of comic shops. They have plans. Yeah, they're attempting to. They have. I think they sent out some stuff asking for just shipping addresses, so they'll send it to their home so they can process at their house or whatever they need to do. Now it's not a full slate of books. Chris, go ahead.
It's not even any good books, actually.
Yeah.
No, but
they're burning off the ones that were left over from the week everything crapped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting a lot of pushback because you're pushing your distribution model through 2 competitors of all the small shops. And 2 of the more heavily discounted competitors.
Right.
So if you go out to Bleeding Cool and some of these other sites, there's comic shops that are saying, fuck this, I'm not taking them. Yeah. I'm just going to wait for Diamond to come back because why am I going to give money to my competitor
Right.
when I'm already running on a shoestring here?
Right.
Yep.
You're not getting Batman 92 or any of your bigger releases that are going to be coming up.
I do.
No,
think
you're
it's
getting
a-
you're getting the second printing of 89, the Punchline book, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're throwing him a bone there. And it's weird because it's much like a lot of the things we follow, right? You have a group of people that say they want one thing all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck Diamond. We need somebody else. We need an option other than Diamond. You give them an option. It's like, well, fuck that. You can't make me buy him through that.
Right.
I need somebody that's reliable. You know, the guys that's going to be late every third week. We got to stick with them. You can't make these fucking people happy.
No. So
Can't
yeah,
make
so it's
anybody happy.
No,
it's
you really can't.
it's so what DC's doing is a couple books. So what I've been able to find, they're doing Daphne Byrne #4, which is off the Hill House, like the horror series line. The Batman 89 reprint, like I talked about, the first appearance of Punchline, that sold out instantaneously. You couldn't get it anywhere. And then a reprint of Nightwing #70, which is the prelude to the Joker War, which is going to start up as soon as the books come back full time.
Yeah, the Three
And,
Jokers is supposed to be what? I think that's Batman 92, right? It's kicking off.
Yeah, I think-
there.
yeah,
I haven't been
Yeah.
tracking.
Well, it's gonna spread between Batman,
gonna be-
Detective, Nightwing, like all the Bat family books. I think
Yeah.
it's one of them, like Blackest Night was, where it's not just like one line. You have to pick up in one of those. You got to hunt fucking books and shit like that.
Gotcha.
And then also there's a Wonder Twins story coming out. Oh, and Giant Batman #4, which I think is like those ones at Walmart,
Yeah.
Okay.
like the anthology, which are kind of cool.
I
Actually, I like
like
those.
Yeah, I like the ones.
I like
we
those. I can't get them. So
Well, now
Yeah.
they're selling them at Target. They're selling comic
Yeah,
shops.
Yeah.
They're no longer just Walmart specific.
Yeah, so basically 2 new companies, air quotes, started up. One of them is UCS Distribution for the Eastern U.S. and Canada, which is UCS is basically Midtown Comics out of New York.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So, which Chris knows very well because he
Yep.
spends most of his time
Me?
in New York.
Sean.
I buy.
Well,
a
Sean's
lot of-
over there.
Well, I'm saying because you're always in the city. You're always in
I
the city.
literally have 2
I do pop in
Midtown
there.
packages right next to me. Yeah.
Midtown's open until 2 a.m. some nights. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
gives
And
something else
you
to
took me
watch.
there. You took me there.
Yeah.
The place is awesome. It's
Yeah,
a gorgeous store.
3 different ones in New York. It's fun.
Yeah. And then there's one called Lunar Distribution. Lunar Distribution is
CBS.
yes, DCBS.
Yeah, and I've actually bought some stuff. At one point, I had a pull list with DCBS, and I have bought some stuff from them. Not a ton. I didn't like their website interface, but the interesting thing about them is that they would deliver books in Mylars, so you could actually get your pull list in like 2 mil or even 4 mil Mylars and halfbacks or fullbacks, and so they'd come to me. And, they seemed to handle them great. So I was kind of impressed with the quality of their deliveries.
It's huge.
But definitely a different flavor than my Midtown experiences.
Yeah.
I wish
considering
Midtown
now-
handled things. That Midtown
Yeah.
hit or
destroys
miss.
books.
Yeah.
I think I've ordered once from Midtown. There was a Supergirl cover a while back for what they were doing. What was the event they did when they had all the crazy covers for everything? It was like a year ago or something.
Well, they were doing the B covers with all the Archerm and,
Yeah, I think it was like an Adam Hughes Supergirl cover. It was gorgeous. It was breathtaking. And I had Athena 101 and no one had them, but Midtown had a couple still in stock.
That's the greatest thing about Midtown is they buy in some
The
volume.
foil covers. They had like the blue
Oh,
foil
okay,
Superman
yeah.
S on it or whatever.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was the best part about having Midtown because you could get any variant you wanted. You could walk in and there was going to be a stack from there.
You'd pay for it.
With the shipping, if you were actually in the city,
Yeah.
you could get them off
yeah.
the rack for cover price.
I haven't been in New York City in
But it's
so long.
it'll stop your variant chase real quick when you see that you can get them in large quantities if you just buy a bunch of the other stuff. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
they just put them out on the rack.
Yeah.
No,
So yeah, so like
Mhm.
Chris was saying, it's some of the shops don't want to buy through Midtown because Midtown's like
It's
the
a competitor, no question.
big bad wolf kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting some books. I mean, like Chris also says, like people have been pissing him about Diamond forever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a special circumstance, obviously, and I'm not faulting them for it. But one company wants to shut down shop for a bit, and the entire industry just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are so far from being done with this turmoil and upheaval. There's going to be aftershocks and waves economically and socially for months and years, probably, that I'm glad to see some kind of shock against Diamond, even if I think it's going to be ineffectual. Everything sucks. Nobody's happy with the new option or with Diamond. But if it can start to just, if you're not careful, paper comics just disappear, as far as weekly or monthly issues, and it just starts to go to trades or digital. And that can happen almost without a ripple, right?
That can happen very quickly.
Yeah.
You already have a distribution model for trades.
Yeah.
A lot of the ones that I buy come off Amazon.
Oh, and why?
Because they're so much cheaper.
Yeah. My problem with trades is that they
beating the shit
take
out
up too much.
Amazon's been brutal lately.
Yeah, but
They are, but I'm not buying single issues.
Yeah. I'm not grading trades.
For,
I'm not, those are for reading. They're, or for looking nice on the shelf. They don't have to survive,
those aren't getting bagged and boarded or anything
Fair.
like that. And a little aside to the DC story, they're ramping up their digital production. They're going to be putting more on the DC platform, more of those 99-cent one-shot little 8-page stories that pull people back in. That could be another one of your test balloons to see what kind of traction.
I'm not beeping anything. It's staying in.
No. Orgies.
No, that's
allergies.
going. We don't want chain puking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's like I said, it's something comic related. We'll see what happens.
A little add-on. Have you guys been following what Jim Lee's been doing?
Yes.
The sketches or the art?
Jim Lee's been doing 60 and 60 days, which was supposed to start as little head sketches that he was going to be selling off for the Bink Foundation, right? Is that Bink?
I believe something like
BINC Foundation. Basically, it's a charity that supports local bookshops.
Nice.
What happened is he went way too crazy on the first one and the second, and then he keeps trying. It became this snowball rolling downhill, trying to outdo himself with each one. Yeah. So you're getting these gorgeous 9x12 renderings that I've sent some of them to DJ that have been going for $10, $12, $15,000. It's insane. Now it's kind of spread where in addition to the ones that Jim's doing, other artists have signed up. Arthur Adams did an unbelievable Wolverine. Bill Sienkiewicz is going to be doing one. I think he's going to be doing something out of Elektra. But tying into your Justice League Dark story, J. Scott Campbell dropped one last night.
Oh, yeah?
And he did the most gorgeous Zatanna you've ever seen in your life. And in the first 45 minutes, this thing was over $12,000. The prices on these are absolutely crazy. They're all being sold on Jim Lee's private eBay page. Mm-hmm. It's Chunky Monkey 0000, which doesn't make any sense because he's a very diminutive man. But let's see. Okay, so I pulled it up while we were talking earlier. With 2 days and 4 hours to go, so 20 hours into the auction, it is at $14,800.
Can you hold up to the?
Sure.
I can't see anything, because I'm on my phone, so I can't look it up. But
yeah,
Mother of God,
it's gorgeous.
That's fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Zatanna guy too.
She's floating a bunny. Yeah. That's
she is floating a bunny. She's floating cards off to the side. It's striking.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And we are less than 20 days into him doing this.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's more and more big artists that keep joining in.
Yeah.
With all of the
Jim was
money.
my favorite artist, so.
Yeah, by far.
I wish I had the scratch. I do, because I mean.
You don't.
That'd be a cool thing.
I don't
think any of us are buying $14,000 sketches, so.
No.
That's out all our wheelhouses.
I think the cheapest one went for like $3,800, which was by a friend of Kev, Dave Mendel, who ran Veep and
nice.
your dual coffee drinker guy outside of movies.
Yes.
He bought a Bizarro sketch.
all the gym weights I think start at 4,500. That's like the starting bid for all of them, right?
Yeah.
No, he starts them at 100.
Oh, does he?
And they go up like that. Yeah. He lets you have like a modicum of hope for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Before it immediately
every time I've
goes.
looked at one, there's some guy who automatically just goes 4,500 until he gets one, I guess.
Yeah.
'Cause
The Chris Davis.
all of them I've seen.
No, I own none of those. No. There was, the last I heard at the end of last week, there was one gentleman from Texas who had bought like 5 out of the first 10. It's some money manager down there who is a massive fan. And it's, Sean, you and I have talked about this, and I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of something and you can get a tax write-off at the same time,
Yeah.
he's just pumping money to the charity at this point.
Yep.
So, yeah. But no, it's fun to watch what's coming out. Can't
You
acquire it
guys
yet.
find out how to buy all the fun stuff.
I need money more than I need deductions.
Fair enough.
It kind of equates depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, it depends on your situation.
Yeah, it's more of a timing difference, isn't it?
Well,
Honestly.
Well, after talking about things we can't afford, let's talk about things we can afford.
Spam.
Well, we can't really. We can't afford it. But Chris decided. Chris has been on this Goldbelly kick. Chris, what else do we get from Goldbelly? What's tonight's menu?
Oh no, this is from Taste of Chicago. We went to a different company for this one.
Oh, okay. I saw them on Goldbelly. So
Yeah, no, they do sell them on Goldbelly too. Although there's one on Goldbelly, Zupates, out of New Haven that I'm dying to try. But tonight on the menu is Lou Malnati's deep dish. Ordered 3 sausage, 3 cheese.
Oh,
Cannot wait. 2 of them are in the oven as we speak.
can you smell them?
Yeah,
You can't.
but-
You might have COVID-19.
Castle Davis is too large to smell dinner cooking.
I was going to say it, but at the quarter mile to the kitchen, it takes a while.
I can't smell that from the East Wing.
Oh, come on.
No, that's the Goldbelly thing is tempting. I wish I wish you could do smaller clips. I was actually talking about Uncle about seeing if you wanted to split like a Pats because we could do the 4 piece.
You really
it's
need
vastly
to buy,
more reasonable.
Yeah, if you're trying to buy just for like one meal, it doesn't make any sense.
No,
You got to buy. You really need to do it in quantities.
Yeah, or if you're splitting it up with other people, like you're going in on it or something.
Yeah,
I've never been to Philly, so I've never had like a Pat's or a Jim's or a Geno's or nothing like that. So
Well, that's something. I mean, we do need a
Sounds like a road
FANMEN
trip, yeah.
cheese steak trip because it's really not that far. We can be down there in 4 hours or 5 hours, 4.5.
If I fly out of Worcester, I can be there faster.
then we could take a train to Jersey.
Wait. We could.
American flies out of Worcester direct into Philly.
I mean, we need to, take a.
We're taking video of DJ running up the Rocky Stairs, right? He's going to the art museum.
Can I
Gray
stop
sweatshirt, the
halfway?
whole thing.
Can I stop halfway? And be like,
And he's got to hop up and down when he gets up top.
and you and I are at the top holding the cheesesteaks that he gets if he makes it up
Oh,
there.
I'm the one holding the camera as you guys are hopping around in circles. It'd be
do
amazing.
I get to, can I wear the sweatsuit? If I can wear the sweatsuit,
Sure.
I'm in.
Headband, the whole
I'm
thing.
in.
Go nuts.
I'd love to be able to hop right now at all.
We'll be waiting for him at the top with a live chicken for him to chase.
So
Catch a chicken.
So Chris ordering all this awesome like delivery basically from all these restaurants we can't access because of things going on. I was thinking for top 3. So top 3 pizza places you'd want stuff delivered from because you're starving and you want to get some grub.
So I didn't quite.
Or top 3 favorite pizza places.
Yeah. Close enough. I do have a honorable mention. Pizza Hut, Chuck E. Cheese. I know these things are horrible, but
Actually, Pizza Hut's not terrible. Like they have those pizzones are pretty good.
yeah,
calzone things.
But I feel like death after.
But it's important, right? When I think about pizza and food in general, one of my strengths or weaknesses is no standards, and I do have an honest like taste for or a love of kind of lowest common denominator type stuff. There's something about the whipped together,
just
bagged dough mix. You know what I mean? Yeah,
As long as it's lukewarm, you're good.
Yeah.
Cardboard with some bad sauce and cheese.
Yeah. So
Little
Pizza Hut
ketchup.
and Chuck E. Cheese are my
Plastic
honorable
cheese.
mentions if you guys
With the
have
moisture
it.
content and the cheese sucks so
Chuck
bad
E.
it burns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese is strangely edible.
Yeah.
Oh, can't do it.
It's strangely edible.
It's just-
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't go with a lot of the chain places. Honorable mentions, I guess I would go with what I'm having tonight because I kind of put deep dish in a separate category.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
I do. Yeah.
We'll go with Lou Malnati's, by far my favorite out of Chicago. I mean, it's
I've
all good.
Never had it. So
Yeah, me neither.
First time I went, I said, okay, where are all the tourist ones? And then they said, don't go to Gino's, don't go to Giordano's.
Yeah.
Like if you can find it on the Vegas Strip,
yeah, don't.
they said you got to go check out Lou's and you want to go to the original one, little hole in the wall. And it's very much like your old school Regina, like 10, 12 tables,
Yep.
pitcher of beer, deep dish. It was awesome. Second honorable mention, I go with a place right around here that's not really known for their pizza, Linguini's, an Italian place in Marlboro.
Oh yeah.
Most of the time you're going there for pasta, chicken parm, all that.
Yeah.
Their pizza is stellar. It is unbelievable. Big doughy crust, thin, crisp, so good.
I accept your recommendation.
Why, thank you, sir.
So my honorable mentions, we actually just my local place I love to death, we actually lost it right before all this started. Was DeCasa's Pizza over near my. So I heard some rumors that there was like the couple owner got divorced and there were some problems, and then this whole thing just kind of there was just no point. But I'm gonna second Chris's. Like I do love Regina's
Oh yeah.
because I'm a big I like to fold pizza in half while I eat it.
Oh yes.
So that, and also I'm a big Papagino's guy. If you know what that is, up in the Northeast we have a smaller chain.
Yeah.
Called Papagino's, where their claim to fame is, on top of being nice and thin and foldable, possibly the best pizza cheese blend of all time.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite pizzas is actually a Papagino's. Usually it's small, but a Papagino's with just banana peppers on it. There's something about their crust, their cheese. Oh, Chris is rejecting me completely.
You put green
Stick a
on
banana
pizza.
up your ass. Yeah, what? Banana peppers.
No,
What
so
are you talking about? We're gonna throw pineapple on there next? Good fuck.
Hey, no, pineapple not acceptable, and banana peppers. Nothing would surprise. I don't tend to like spicy things, and I don't like veggies, but I had it somewhere, and for a while, Jen and I had one of these. Like every week, it was just an addiction.
So you and Jen both like the banana. That's what I'm hearing.
I will.
I might need the other earbud. It's getting a little fuzzy. Banana peppers.
What's your number 3, Sean?
My number 3. So I went a little more experiential specific. I don't know if this is around anymore, though I certainly hope it is. But my number 3 is Bova's in the North End at 2 a.m.
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
yes.
So I haven't been down there in
Love Bova.
ages, but I used to live a couple blocks from there in mid 90s, and just hitting that place at 2 a.m. The few people that are out are happy. They're heading home after the bars, and this is Neapolitan, 3-inch deep, mostly airy, squishy bread, and then cheese and sauce.
Big pile of dough.
Yeah, and it's just fresh out of the oven, out of these big trays carved into like a 5x7 rectangle.
Yeah,
Oh.
Always reminded me of my grandparents. Yeah.
Yes.
It was cookie sheet pizza.
Yep.
When my
cafeteria
grandmother used to
almost.
Yeah.
Like-
make. Yeah.
Yeah. But excellent quality. I mean, so good. Yeah.
We hit Bova's
Bova's.
almost every time we go into Boston, because on top of the pizza, which is very good, they make possibly the best lemon bar I've ever had in my life, or lemon square.
Yeah.
I'm in.
The bread is it's all of it.
Everything there is out of bounds. So big
Awesome.
Bova's guy. Good call, Sean. Good call.
Right.
What we
Excellent.
got, Chris?
My number 3, I'm cheating early this time. I'm giving one Boston, one New York, both kind of not similar, but they kind of rank the same. DJ already touched on one with Regina,
Okay.
and the New York equivalent for me is a Joe's. That's my go-to if I'm eating down there all the time. I mean, if I'm stuck in the hotel, I can get Joe's delivered to me. Same, not exactly the same type of pizza, but just do too old school. Like they just do it right. and you know what you're getting every time you go in there.
Yeah.
It's always good. So
that's the place we went.
Regina enjoys. That is the place we went. Yep.
Yeah, it's the one. It's the one Peter Parker works at in Spider-Man.
That's one. Yeah, that's the one he gets smashed through in Spider-Man, isn't it? Like goes through the window and then a car's in. Yeah.
In the second one, yeah. In the first one, he gets fired there. He's the delivery guy for them in the first one.
Yeah.
Excellent. My number 3. There was a place when I was in college down in Mesa, Arizona. I went to college in Tempe, and it was called Sunset Pizza.
Huh.
And they had your so thin they cut it in squares kind of deal, like almost like a cracker crust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the Tostino party pizza, like that super duper thin crust. It was kind of like that, but they did this pizza we used to get it for like birthdays and stuff for the grandkids and shit. It's called the Godzilla, and it is I forget the circumference, but I think across it was 36 inches across. It was like a 36-inch diameter pizza, and same thing, cut into squares, really nice and thin, so you could house like fucking 20 pieces of this thing.
Oh yeah.
So it was just like a sausage and pepperoni Godzilla. It was like $35 or whatever. It would feed friggin' like goddamn 8 or 9 people, no problem, plus leftovers.
Or
they had super good wings too. Yeah, the 3 of us.
Or the 3 of us.
But
yeah.
but I was super fat back then too. But you could stack and make yourself like a sandwich out of pizza squares, and they had awesome wings too, just boss wings.
Nice.
So I missed that place. So yeah, it was the only in Arizona. It was the only non-chain pizza place I ever found. Everything else is Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, rinse and repeat. There's it's not like we have back here, like in Massachusetts, where it's like your random like Worcester pizza places or, here's Greg's Pizza or whatever. None of that shit down there. So yeah, Sunset.
Awesome. So not that far from Mesa, Arizona, a little to the north is my number 2. I don't know what the name of the place is. Its name might actually be Pizza Buffet in Ridgecrest, California, which is a place that people only generally go to for one reason, and that's usually the reason I used to spend most of my summers there up until a few years ago.
Pizza Buffet?
Yeah, it's just this random nondescript place, but pizza buffet, and literally it's just what it was. It's just a bunch of pizzas and a bunch of different toppings, and you just paid $6 and then you eat as much pizza as you want basically, and there's a soda fountain where you just, and totally no frills, but just it immediately comes to mind in terms of just happiness. Now long work day, hot, usually in the summer, so it's 114 degrees, and I hit this place just after sundown, and with a couple buddies, and just chow.
So it wasn't Cece's. It was just called Pizza Buffet. Okay,
That's the first thing I thought was
just making sure.
Yeah,
just making sure.
I think it was just Pizza Buffet. Though honestly, I don't know.
I think I've seen one of them. I think there's a couple of them, but I think I
could look it up, but why bother, right?
Why?
I know where it is.
It up. Just no. Just keep going.
All right.
You don't need to.
Pizza Buffet in the desert.
Facts have
Zork's
no
House of
place
Pizza.
in this. Zork's House of Pizza.
Mm.
So this is like the sister restaurant to Pizza Planet?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. I really struggled with my 1 and 2. I'm probably going to lose my Boston residence card for, having 3 New York places in my top 3. Good Lord, are they all stellar. My number 2, I'm going with John's of Bleecker Street. Holy shit, DJ disappeared. That was amazing. It was like, and then he was gone. He just melted and Blunt Man costume appeared. John's of Bleecker Street, coal-fired brick oven. They've been there since 1929. It's everything. It's very much, the experience is very much reminiscent to going to the original Regina in the North End.
Yeah.
There is a line out the door constantly. Everybody that works there hates you. They don't want to serve. It is very reminiscent. I think I'm just comfortable in that environment. They're throwing at you tables with other people, just cramming 2 people in. But the pizza is fucking amazing. It's, again, I'm a big consistency guy. Any of those places where it's just going to be stellar every time you walk in the door.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. It's fast. And it's in any of these places, you know, Sean with his bananas over there, that never comes into play. It's very simple. It's a good pizza place. You don't need anything but cheese. If they know what they're doing and they're doing it right.
Yeah.
That's the biggest judge for me. So yeah, John's at Bleecker Street, which coincidentally, DJ, is right around the corner from Joe's. You could walk around and throw a rock and hit John's.
Excellent. I want to talk about pizza tours. We should do our food tours.
We could do
Chris
one
Davis knows his
neighborhood
New
down
York
there.
pizza.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cool. So my number 2 is my cheat. It's like a category thing. Places I lived, places I would have. So my number 2 is like my tourist pizza place, like the place I've hit only once on vacations.
Yeah.
And it's a tie because it's totally different things. Number 1 is, Chris brought up before, Gino's East in Chicago. That's when we went to. We went to the original one. Because there's, it's like New York. There's a whole bunch of like Ray's pizzas or whatever.
Did you draw on
Chicago.
the wall?
We did draw on the wall. Yeah, we got the Sharpie. But their thing is they put the big ball of sausage on the dough press and they drop a disc in it. So you had the disc of sausage plus more on top. So good. So good. That was good. And then when we went to Vegas a couple years ago, there's a place in Vegas called Pinup Pizza. And massive slices, like slices the size of your friggin' torso.
I love that.
Gigantic pieces of pizza.
They
Good.
got
It
your
was very
3-foot beer, so you get you
yes. Yep.
yard of beer.
Exactly. Yeah. It's as big as your. It's as big as your Fat Tuesday drink or whatever. So, but it was actually really good pizza, and they had some interesting toppings and stuff like that. No banana peppers or any of that weird shit, but
well, nobody would eat that shit.
Yeah,
for sure.
Nobody.
But perfect. Like I had a couple drinks, and I want to slam this giant piece of pizza stuff. So it was just, but it was good though. So yes, I'm going Gino's East and Pinup Pizza.
Like it.
I like it. My number 1 has some overlap, sort of, with some of your stuff, but again, it goes back to a specific time. And as far as I know, this pizza is no longer available. Back in the late 80s, first time I visited Cambridge when I was looking at colleges with my dad, I went to a place I'd never eaten at, Pizzeria Uno in Harvard Square. And they had a pizza on the menu called the Bianco, which was, so this is Uno, so the real kind of greasy, heavy crust, their version of deep dish, which I hadn't really experienced anywhere. But it's a white pizza with garlic and mushrooms and giant balls of sausage. And it was just the favorite thing I'd ever eaten. And I ate it at Pizzeria Uno every time since then. But it's not on the menu anymore. I've never seen it. I don't really like going to Uno anymore, but it's my number 1, like, and part of it's probably associated with my dad and it being a first time when I was in Harvard Square, which was kind of a cool environment when I was, 17 or whatever it was. But the Bianco was still something like I would die for a Bianco now.
You forget how many cool little pizza joints there were around Boston around that time period.
Yeah.
Remember a place called Ruggles? It was right at the Ruggles Tea Stop.
I don't.
But
think
it was it was a British tilted pizza place. So it would use like cheddar and stuff on. It was an interesting mix, but it was excellent. But yeah, there was a lot of cool places like that. Little hole in the wall places like that, one-offs.
Did you ever go to Stevie's on
Yes.
Boylston near Berkeley? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to
No,
go
there's
there
a
at
lot of
night.
those.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like it. All right, so everybody can hate me going back to New York again.
Okay.
This time we're going a little up island.
You're talking about pizza, man. There's no hatred here. At least for those of us that are nice people. Unlike you banana pepper hating, bigots.
You'll get to go play with your banana in a minute. We're almost done. Patience.
It's going to be burritos tonight, actually.
Hey, whatever you fit in your hand. I'm not judging. Use whatever sauce you want. My number 1 is a place called Patsy's in Harlem.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
by far the greatest pizza I've ever had in my life.
All right.
It's this little hole in the wall restaurant. Same idea. I mean, there's a consistent theme here.
Yeah.
Been there since like the 1918, 1920s, somewhere in there. And it looks like it. It's one of those joints where you can write your name on the wall, but that's because there's only so much grease on the wood.
Yeah.
Like the wainscoting. Same little tables, not quite as. I mean, the bathrooms are very reminiscent of Regina, for God's sakes. Just
Yeah.
shuffle in and out. But just the perfect. Every pie comes out. It's a Neapolitan style. Every pie comes out perfect, crisp, thin crust, but you can hold that thing out, and it's just gonna sit there as if it was a piece of wood. It's amazing. I'm drooling just talking about this right now.
I know, like
Perfect
I think you get
cheese
pizza or like
blend.
cheesesteaks for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean,
not
it's
fair.
one of those places. It's not fancy. I mean, you order a Diet Coke or something like that, they go into the cooler and just bring you a can,
Sure.
throwing it
There
down
you
on
go.
the table, knock yourself out. But the pizza comes out fast. It's perfect. I
So
can't
it's like
wait
the
to get back
Arconi
to home.
Island of pizza.
Oh, it's so yeah, exactly. That's a good That's a good description. Yeah, so good.
Awesome.
So Patsy's.
Awesome. So my number one is I'm also going to New York. I'm going Joe's in New York.
Okay.
Same thing, just
It's
simple,
yeah.
plain, nice and thin, good fold,
It's
good
a go-to.
chew, just perfect.
It's
It was amazing.
yeah. You got me to go there for the first time to the original, and now it's one of those that anytime I go down for work, it's getting ordered at least once for dinner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
so one thing like when I could never do plain cheese pizza as a kid. Papa Gino's was the only one back in the day. I'm not a big cheese guy. But even so, we went to here and I got the cheese slice. I got one of each. I got a cheese Neroni. And it was just like slammed. I was like, it's just.
I think I took a picture of pizza at Joe's at like 3 a.m. or something to send to you guys.
Yeah.
After Josh and Liv dropped me off at the hotel.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm awake. I'm going for a walk.
I'm going
Let's
for
go.
a
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah, I'm hungry. They're open until 4 a.m. every night. That's
Yeah,
All right,
when the
this
world
is
gets back to normal, we need to hit New York and we need to do a pizza tour. That's an inexpensive road
killing
trip.
me,
I mean,
man.
all the pizza's $2 a slice. It's like we're not going to spend big money.
my new office is probably a 2-minute walk from Joe's in Times Square.
excellent.
Get there in no time.
That's going to happen. It's going to
Definitely.
happen.
All right,
Awesome.
so bring us
Okay,
home,
so
DJ.
Sean had Bova's Pizza Buffet and Pizzeria Uno's, but in the 80s for the Bianco Pizza.
Yes.
Chris had Pizzeria Regina or Joe's in New York. They're a tie. John on Bleecker Street, in New York. And Patsy's. And I had Sunset Pizza in Tempe, Arizona, or Mesa, Arizona. One of the two. I forget where it was. A tie between Geno's East in Chicago and Pinup Pizza on the Vegas Strip.
Mm-hmm.
And my number one was also Joe's in New York. Simple,
Good call.
good, perfect, perfection.
Mm.
Awesome. No one picked Pepe. I'm surprised. No Frank Pepe's.
I don't know, Pepe.
No, it's good. You could do a whole
Where is
separate
it?
New Haven
Oh, yeah.
type.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did
Pizza
go
Hut's a
visit.
regional pissing contest. It's ridiculous.
New Haven's, we could do a whole day down there too. It's
See, man,
unbelievable.
even the worst like school lunch cardboard crusted pizza still makes me happy. And
Telling you, I've been doing
pizza.
Yeah, I've been doing the
Yeah.
Totino cracker pizzas for friggin' lunches since I'm at home. I love the things. I love them.
We'll talk about frozen pizza sometime.
There you go.
Red
Yes.
Barons and all that. Yeah. Go through all of it.
Okay, so everyone, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe down below. Follow us at FMN37 on Twitter. And
Send us
make sure you
pizzas.
subscribe and like everywhere you find your podcast. SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple, blah, 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 blah. Gentlemen, have a good night, and I'll see you. Well, I'll Zoom you soon. I'll see you in about 7 months when we can leave our house.
Excellent. We'll celebrate
Take
Christmas.
care. Yeah, we'll celebrate
Yay.
Christmas together over
There you
Zoom.
go.
Sean, let's go break into Chris's house and take his cheesesteaks. Oh, that's right. He has ninjas on retainer. We can't do that. We talked about that already.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Bring it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good
Later.
night. See you.